Hello.
Manuel, welcome, sir.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Well,
welcome aboard.
thanks for
What's
joining
going
us
on,
on the podcast, old man, on short notice. And it's happy birthday, first of all. Is it your real birthday, or was that just like a Facebook birthday?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Celebrations. Your name day.
You couldn't have spent a worse place for your birthday. I mean, a better place to spend your birthday.
Hey.
No. Welcome. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
sir.
I was thinking either this or the titty bar, you know.
Well, we're going to show you some tits. I'm wearing quite the halter top. It's getting wild.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing well. Thanks for being on the show. We were just singing your praises earlier. We had a whole discussion about Street Fighter, Super Hyper Turbo Recession Edition.
I love
Oh
that
yeah,
idea.
did you get?
Well, I got it, and I'm going to try to play a clip, but I wanted to get your blessing first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Why I set this up,
An
can you
exclusive
tell us the
clip.
tagline? You're going to give a uppercut to life in the taint? Because I thought that was like the best thing I've ever seen.
You want me to set it up?
Set it up, if you will. Before we jump into the setup, though, and I'm stalling because I'm letting the video load right now and queuing up to a clip.
Hurry up.
Last time I'm sorry, for a second. We had you on the show last summer, and it was great. And since then, you've done all kinds of stuff, man. The credits, you must be like the hardest working guy in Hollywood. It's just short after TV series documentary versus TV series, another
What's
short.
like the most current thing?
Yeah.
What's the most current thing?
Yeah, that you're working on.
Actually, right now I'm in a little bit of a downswing. I'm actually changing jobs. Tomorrow is my first day.
Doing what?
A
I'm
Quagmire.
a 4DX editor. I don't know if
Wow.
you guys know what that is.
You left
Yeah.
Deluxe in Burbank recently,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
you-
so I'm still working in post production, but it's kind of a different facet of it, where you program chairs basically to turn movies into motion rides.
Whoa.
Ah,
You know,
that's
like
high
Interesting.
Whoa.
wow.
yeah, it's weird. No one's ever heard of it. People are like, "Where are you going?" You know, and I was like, "Well,
Like Star Tours at MGM Studios? Like you
No, it's-
program those seats to move to make it feel like you're on a
Wow.
ride?
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, except you do it to actual feature films like Captain America: Civil War. What's the-
Wow.
Oh, I see. It's almost like in Universal
Whoa.
Studios when they do the Shrek. It's not really a ride, but
they
you can
make
watch.
with the intent purpose of it being a ride. This is something where you basically augment the theater going experience with vibration, chair movement, spraying people in the face with air.
Sounds
Or-
That's
sexual.
crazy. Spray.
Splash with water, I guess, when Moby Dick's tail comes down in the ocean.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you can use settings like you're going on a hot date. You don't want to look like you got bukkakied. So I think you can mess with like settings. So,
Cocky.
all right, don't spray me with water. You know what I mean? Like you can.
Cocky.
Like, honey, I blew up the audience at Universal in Florida.
Really? Do you think
Yes.
this is
And a
a
bug's life.
marketing
But-
research sort of
They
thing
do.
where I think they just realized that people weren't going to the movies anymore because there were other ways
really
to
is.
see movies at home, even new releases.
Actually,
And it's-
well, one of the biggest concepts that we'd be competing with is that they're actually trying to make it so that you can pay $50, but then you can
Wow.
watch a movie is out in the theaters at home.
Remember we were talking
know-
about this?
Insane. Yeah, we just
Yeah, we're
talked about
talking
that
about this
recently.
3D film. You know, who was watching 3D movies since 1989 until what?
Exactly, and
5,
actually, even
6
like
years ago?
smell-o-vision and rocking chairs, these aren't new concepts.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just about trying to bring something to the theater experience that you can't get at home. You know, and some people have the
Right.
3D TVs, but even though people I know that have them, they don't really mess with it because you have to like be sitting at one place on the couch, and you know,
yeah, you
it's-
got to be a big
Right.
movie person.
Well, I modified my chair at home, so it's more like a theater experience. I have some shitty little kid kicking me from behind for like an hour, and I'm like, Jen, I'm just trying to watch
Sticky
Jurassic
floor.
World, but like it works.
now maybe
Sticky
that's
floor.
an industry. start going.
Lice on the
Oh.
chair.
But apparently, it's big in Korea and Ireland and in companies. So it's going to be
Oh,
kind
nice.
of Yeah, it's going to be kind of new, whereas Deluxe has been around for, 100 years.
Yeah.
And that's the tagline. Something that's kind of new and growing. So I'm pretty excited about that. And
You're doing
it's
great
creative
things, man.
to some extent, too. Whereas before I was kind of working in data management and stuff.
Right.
Now it's like, I'm kind of like showing kids a good time the next time they watch, Shrek Part 8 or whatever. Like I'm actually augmenting the experience for them. So I think that's kind of cool.
It's very cool. It's a great way to look at it too. And not only are you doing the, enhancing the movie experience with people when you're in there, but you're also, doing everything else with your production company and your sketches and everything like that. So you're kind of full speed ahead. There's probably not enough Adderalls in the day to keep that kind of schedule up, man. It's crazy.
Man. It's like.
need
that's
coffee.
why even on my birthday, I'll show you the video afterwards. I actually just uploaded it just now, but I did a fun little video set to Jim Carrey's speech, and I'm like, what a weird way to spend your birthday. I'm gonna have some fun this weekend, but I figured it's the night before I start my new job and everything, so I was like, let me just. So yeah, man,
You want to chill it out, be responsible.
I'm always working, yeah, and. I do think that, however, I'll probably be shifting the focus more to like doing my own sketches on the weekends as opposed to constantly feeling like I need to be available to audition for other things. So,
yeah,
it is
good.
different. Oh, yeah.
Now we have a clip here of Street Fighter. Do you want to set this one up for us? I didn't mention anything else to the audience before except for the title, and obviously everyone knows what Street Fighter is.
I don't really know where the impetus first came from. I think I had just last year for my birthday, I got like a whole bunch of gear because for all my sketches I'd always been hiring people, and I pay a pretty good rate. But it's like but a lot of times before I even have anything shot, it's like I'm out $500, because I'm paying sound.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling, man. It wipes you out.
Myself. So Street Fighter was a way where I knew it was going to be mostly me fucking around in front of a green screen with a couple of cutaway segments,
and it would just pay for itself.
I kind of said like, all right, what do I want to do? And I'm in the parody mode, so I was like Street Fighter, and then I thought like I'm a little old to be Ryu, and it's also I thought of making fun of the whole whitewashing concept. You know how they keep hiring like white actresses to play Asian women,
right? Keanu Reeves is playing a samurai. Judd Nelson is playing Shaka.
Tom Cruise is the last samurai. Brad Pitt is the Mexican. Next movie, The Last Black Man on Earth, starring Tom Hanks.
Right. It's so true, the whitewashing. It's great.
But you kind of work the other way around too, where you have Idris Elba as the gunslinger, and but I think maybe that's a cool thing where it's like race doesn't necessarily have to matter. But at what point are you being insensitive? But that being said, I've always had a kinship with the Street Fighter franchise. I've always loved Street Fighter 2, and so yeah, I went out on a limb and played Ryu because, to be fair, they make him look kind of white. If you Google search why does Ryu, it will autofill look white.
Oh wow, that many searches. He did look white.
Yeah, he didn't really have the feature. Well, in the 16-bit days, really, Chun-Li didn't really look Chinese.
No.
She looked more Chinese than him, more than he looked Japanese.
Balrog looked more Puerto Rican than African American.
And neither did Raul, what's his name, from the Addams Family, look Thai either.
I typed
Raul Julia.
Yeah.
But it's true, when they had a Chinese dude play Ryu in that movie, it didn't look right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was more of like he looked like a white guy that went to Stanford University that played back in. Oh, it's another reference right there.
I typed into Google, why does Ryu, first four things that come up, have a beard, wear gloves, turn evil, look white.
Very white.
Yeah, and actually the beard is new with Street Fighter V, so even that. When I Googled it, because I suddenly had to ask that question, because I was Ryu for Halloween once, and I thought it was kind of passable.
It's great.
It's not like blackface, but...
That's next year.
And why did Capcom make Ken when they already had a Ryu?
Yeah, he's a carbon copy.
Oh, I think because Street Fighter One, they didn't have the dynamic range to create that many different characters. You know how like
But
Contra,
he
it's
does
like
the
Oh.
same
yes,
thing.
Yeah,
he has
Contra's the
like
same guy.
yeah,
This
you
is
could
amazing.
only make
Red or
one
blue.
archetype, and so they
Wow.
just did a variation on it.
I'll be damned.
I
But
clicked on search for why does Ryu look white? And it's like these crazy theories that go like real deep. I still go by the theory
Syllabus.
that Ryu's family was taking a vacation in Japan. I'm like, oh my god, a whole
An
backstory.
8-page
They
thesis
were
statement.
killed like the Wayne parents, and he just had to fend for himself in Tokyo.
Right.
Right.
Because the U.S. was at war with Thailand.
he said something about there being a weird concept of I don't know if you want to call it shame or whatever, but if you look at a lot of male characters in anime, they look Caucasian. At least the main characters do. The hero character always has a traditional kind of Western vibe. Why? Don't really know. And I guess when they decided
Yeah, in the anime porn, they don't really look Asian, but they definitely
What?
sound it.
and
Ah.
the tentacles, like they're Korean, but you know.
I
Yeah.
did I took a class at Penn State about like just a social study, and how Asians want to look white. Like that was like a survey that was taken, and out of all the races all over the world, Asian people want to look white.
Well, they
think
definitely want to
not a
dress
fact.
Like, if you go into like an Armani exchange, it's like they all want to dress Italian and with Gucci
Yeah.
and Prada.
They definitely want to take over the country. What?
Ooh,
So here's a clip. Here's a clip from
finally.
Street Fighter. Here's a clip from the Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It's just sound effects from SNL. I mean, from SNES that I put together. It's about 25 minutes long, and then we can get to the clip.
Nice.
No. Here we go. Here's a clip. Ryan Manuel. Street Fighter.
Times are tough, and everybody knows it. Take it from me. I used to be world champion, and then I was just another 9-to-5er, punching the clock in a fluorescent tune just like everybody else. But hey, these days we're just lucky we even have jobs, am I right? What can I say? People just don't want to see a bunch of roided out...
I got to play another clip, but I got to tell you first. Please check out the video as well on YouTube. There's the opening screen, and you're going to see this. It's one of those TV infomercials where the 1-800-YOU-CAN, as seen on TV, and the big $99.95, and Ryan is in there, and then in the corner it says Quebec residents pay extra, and then it's flashing with a sign that says "Fuck Canada" over and over again.
Gosh.
It is so funny.
What? A little
I just ripped that from some. I think it's a real thing. I don't even know. I was frantically trying to find where's that TV infomercial type template, and then it said residents of Quebec pay extra. So I just thought it'd be funny to.
That
It's
is
so
Why?
funny.
Why do they pay extra? Because fuck Canada. That's
And not just
Alright.
Canada, but the province of Quebec just pays more. If you're in
specifically.
right, if you're in Manitoba, you're fine, but Quebec, we're gonna fuck you. You're too close to the French English there for my liking. Here's some more of the. Can I play some more of this clip?
Oh yeah, sure.
yes.
champion. And then I was just another 9-to-5er, punching the clock in a fluorescent tune just like everybody
I gotta play it again because I love seeing that "Fuck Canada." It's so funny.
These days we're just lucky we even have jobs, am I right? What can I say? People just don't want to see a bunch of roided out super freaks shoot lasers at each other in exotic locations anymore. They'd rather watch that MMA stuff, you know? Bunch of grown-ass men hugging each other in an octagon for 20 minutes.
There's clips here, dude. Ryan, you nailed it, man. It's just such a good sketch.
I couldn't. Yeah, you know what's funny is I think when I first uploaded it to YouTube, first comment was just lame, all caps. And I was like, well, that's mean. But then after that, I don't know why the first dude out the gate was just a motherfucker.
always
I don't
is.
mind if people think it's have something negative, but I definitely prefer if people to, they have a reason why. But anyway, yeah, it's not my most watched video, but it does seem to be one of my most well liked. I think at this time it's 75 to 2. So yeah,
great.
people responded to it more than I thought they would, especially because my other stuff is usually higher budget, where this was just me kind of acting like a jackass in front of a green screen.
But comedy's comedy. I mean, it's funny. It's funny. I've always had that theory. Usually, the stuff I do isn't that funny, but
No,
it's
that's
cheap too. But no, but your stuff is always good, man. You're saying it's not the same budget as like your Dr. Uncanny sketches, but
yeah,
or Dr.
those I have to get like costumes, and I usually get
Dr.
like
Greg.
lighting and all that. Like, and yeah, I try to pay my actors and stuff too. So
Which
we
I'm
have
amazed at. That
Oh,
I've never heard
yeah,
that
get
too. That
SAG
you try to
rates,
pay.
West Coast SAG rates.
No, no. It's more like I throw. It really depends. Like if it's me and another actor, I'll throw the other actor like 50, 75. With like the Avengers spoof I just did, that was a little tougher because it was like 10 of those bastards. So my thing was it's
a great
25.
spoof.
It wasn't a long day, so that was a plus. I said it's 25 or 50 if you have your own costume. So thankfully, only the Nick Fury guy had his own costume. I don't know why he had an eye patch and a overcoat already, and I was like, all right.
Turtleneck.
Right.
It's not
And
a
why they
cosplay
were
or
just in his
anything.
truck in that van conveniently. He didn't
Yeah,
have to really go home and get him.
Have stuff, but I'm true to my word. You brought your costume. Here's 50.
That's very admirable, man. You don't hear about that anywhere. Usually it's you're gonna wait around for 10 hours and wait for your scene. I'm gonna get you some pizza. It's like I have a job. This is my weekend. I want to go home.
Yep. I that's what I mean.
Get
Like
one
I'm just a
slice.
dude, but I do try. Actually, I think I remember saying with the Don Juan one that was a little bit more expensive because I was expecting people to act in lurid sex acts. So, like,
Oh.
yeah, I was thinking the
I'm
kind of girls you
surprised
get.
to find now that there hasn't been a union
Charge extra
set
for
up
cock.
specifically for webisodes, web series, like YouTube Actors Union.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
it'll probably come.
I think it's just a matter that SAG isn't all that diligent about it. But strictly speaking, I suppose SAG rules are supposed to apply, but I don't think they have the manpower to monitor every YouTube upload.
Right.
Shag.
So yeah, for me, it just comes from a principle of like, yeah, I think to me it shows appreciation. And sometimes people do that. I know I would I would think like, oh, do I want to spend my day off doing that? Walk away with nothing, but. I'm a relatively a paycheck to paycheck kind of dude. So sometimes even if
Aren't
it's
we
just
all?
$50. Yeah. I mean, it seems to be the way of things. But
Join
so
the
sometimes
club.
Not us.
I give squeezers for ham sandwiches just to make ends meet. I mean, paycheck would be nice.
Street corner.
Straight call.
yeah, I mean,
We
food is
live as
good.
such.
Walking away feeling like you make some money is always a plus.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it might actually raise the caliber of actor, especially like LA casting. I think there's a lot of actors that filter does the project pay, and so they won't even get the notice.
Well, we talked about
That's
this.
true.
Sellouts.
Cheaper labor is just the direction that the business is going into, probably because people aren't going to the movies anymore, and maybe piracy has led the Hollywood industry muckety mucks into Atlanta, where they can pay them half the rates that they'd have to pay.
Or Vancouver. Because
California.
you almost have to be a blockbuster now. You're absolutely right to make any money. Otherwise, a lot of them are going to televisions because the whole dichotomy of it has changed. It's imploding, ultimately.
Yeah, it seems like there's like the sort of the Mumblefest type movies where it's just actors talking, a few locations. Those will exist because they're cheap enough. Or you have
Right.
Captain America:
But-
Civil War. It's 300.
And then where does that leave the actor because even here in New York, people always talk about leaving New York even and moving to Atlanta, and I say to myself, why do you want to work harder for less?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they do. Ryan, I have a clip here. I don't know if you want me to play this a lot, but it's hilarious.
Is it
It's
Dr. Greg?
Christian Slater auditions to be the next Wolverine.
Oh,
May I, or is this something you're trying to
hide, even though you just went and
I didn't think you grabbed that one because I didn't send it to you, but
No, I won't
that-
play it then. We'll hold it. I will say though, just go to YouTube and check out Ryan Manuel. His
No,
channel
you
is
can
called
play it.
Ryan.
I think it's only like 30 seconds or something, so you could play it if you want.
Well, I've seen it before. You posted it before. I think you posted it. Might have been like a couple months back. but
Oh yeah,
February
on the Facebooks.
on the Book of Faces. But this is Christian Slater auditions to be the next Wolverine.
I'm the best there is at what I do, bub. And what I do ain't very nice. Hold on a second, let me just get into character.
You look just like him.
Snicked? What the hell is a snicked? What
Yeah,
is
he
that,
really
a thing?
does.
Snorting coke.
These days I found it's better to have claws and not need them than to need claws and not have them.
He's doing coke. All Christian Slater's doing is coke. Dude, you nailed it. Great job. It's so
Such a
good.
good idea. They're like
was-
tired
Yeah,
of
yeah.
just like
that one just hit me like a brick. I actually auditioned for some
Brick of
commercial where they were looking for celebrity impersonators. So I don't know. I sound like him-ish, but usually if I do that voice, people say Jack Nicholson, but whatever.
You know what? I saw a picture of you. I didn't watch it. I just saw like a still of you as that character, and the voice connected to the picture. So I think it worked.
Oh, nice.
It worked.
You know, like in my head, it made sense.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
also
voice of that guy.
yeah, he's gotten raspier in his old age too, so I tried to get that.
Right?
But,
Yeah. He's like an
it-
alcoholic.
I was practicing. He was a motherfucker in his day. He like kicked cops in the ball. He was a complete.
Oh, drove drunk down Sunset and like,
yeah.
I got money. I'll just bail myself out.
He did it big.
Pun
He did
intended.
it big.
Right.
But I had this audition where
me.
so I was kind of like practicing Christian Slater lines for the audition,
Oh, nice.
and I actually have that Wolverine T-shirt that's kind of like my JO shirt / pajamas, just my kick around the apartment shirt. And then I caught myself in the mirror and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that could be a funny little 30-second sketch, just like him auditioning for Wolverine, you know, since Jackman's retiring. And I was like, okay. Yeah, so I just caught my reflection wearing that shirt and doing Christian Slater's voice.
And
I
it
was like,
all
oh.
organically came together.
Yeah,
He
yeah. I
got
was just
bumped
like,
from Batman.
It's
What's
brilliant. You do a
He
great
got
job.
bumped from Batman, so now he could worm his way into another superhero.
Who else could you
somebody
do?
else.
You know, like SNL does that. They'll do like Kevin Spacey as Christopher Walken trying out for Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so good.
I don't think I
He's
know
like the
that.
best impressionist in
Not even
Hollywood.
Falcon.
I was like, that is a funny concept. Like, you have John Hamm, like, you can call me Ham Solo. And
Yes.
funny, like, I think the next one, but it hasn't spoken to me yet, is Christopher Walken auditions for Magneto.
Oh,
It's like, Magneto? Why do they say Magneto? I thought it was a magnet. Magneto.
was on the refrigerator.
It's a wow.
Wow.
Yeah, his is, I can't do the best impersonation, but if I
It's amazing.
if I practice, I think I can get it.
No, you
Yeah.
can definitely do it and hold your own, man. I know there's so many saturated impressions of Christopher Walken, and you can actually pull it off. You know, you can come off and do it. You sent me a clip earlier today, too. You want me to mention it was the upcoming Dr. Greg's Uncanny Interventions Iron Man.
Yep, that's the big one. Should be wrapped up in hopefully a couple of weeks.
It's
what is
amazing.
this?
This is a sequel to Dr. Greg's Uncanny Interventions Wolverine. I didn't think I was actually going to do it, but something about it kept kind of coming back where I was like, if it's supposed to be a fake TV series, there should be a second episode. And I thought the only other hero, because I'm on the smaller side, that I could play, I was thinking is probably Iron Man, you know, like, I mean, I could wear a Captain America uniform or something, but I'd look kind of small in it. But both Wolverine and Iron Man are kind of on the smaller side, so.
Oh yeah,
You pull it
Downey
off.
Jr.'s like 5'3".
Yeah, he's, I don't know what he is, but.
He's a little guy.
I have no idea.
He just hops in a suit and it makes him talented.
Talented.
He
doesn't
jumps
need to
into the face mask. and
6'6".
Yeah. Yeah,
Big
he
feet.
doesn't need to have that superhero kind of statuesque look. So I was like,
Right.
that's something. And
You
this
pulled it
time
off.
around, although I've lost it because we shot it about 9 months ago, but that time I did. For my Wolverine one, I did my own voice. I kind of mixed it with like Clint Eastwood and a barking dog, and that was my Wolverine voice. I didn't do like a Hugh Jackman thing.
So were you like a big
It was
comic
good.
book fan, like growing up?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, big time. Like what
You
did
liked
you
Archie
read?
too?
Mostly Marvel. It seems kids these
Marvel.
days are big into DC, but where I grew up, no one cared about DC.
Yeah,
You
only
know.
Batman. Only the dark
Only
Batman.
Batman, and that's because of the
The
movies,
detective.
Or Marmaduke?
Chester Gould's Dick Tracy. That's all I read.
Yeah.
but-
Or
Big
Hager the
Daredevil.
Horrible. I'm so glad you did Dr. Candies, because the first time I met you, I was hosting Sugar Shorts, and you showed the first one with Wolverine. And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
3 years
and
later,
that
this
that
comes
was
out.
A great time. That was a great time to. And Ryan Buds, who I met at.
Love
the,
him.
yeah. That's why I had to tell you. I was like, he's actually in this new one.
He's
I
great,
saw
man.
him
Great
played,
actor.
Star-Lord for
Dude.
Halloween. I was like, you still have that raccoon and overcoat? Like, so I had him jump in the green screen. And I thought it'd be funny if he just kind of like came in on the Avengers telecom and started busting jokes on them, and then faded out.
And it works. And you set the bar so high with these sketches. It's not like the typical, I'm going to be in an office, and then this hot girl's going to come in, and then you're going to say something. It's like, we're going to have a telecom. I need Avengers costumes. I need this. I mean, the quality and the level that you put into these sketches is, even the locations alone, man, it's incredible. You do a great job.
Thank you. I mean, that's
You're a producer.
I think I want to move on to doing like maybe 2 more expensive projects per year, and then also actually move on to things that are like what you said, like just a couple of actors, 1 location.
Yeah.
Just have some fun with it, because it's
Green
like you
screen.
can only do it, you bleed out a lot of money, and then I don't know After Effects, so when you have superheroes shooting shit at each other, I'm paying someone.
Scary.
So yeah, it gets expensive, and the locations, I find ways to do it cheap. Like I go on Airbnb, and I'm just honest. I'm like, hey, I'm doing it for a
It's
sketch.
actually very smart. That's a great idea. I just got
Yeah,
After Effects today, actually. I'm going to have to learn that. We're going to have to do something.
I got this huge house for $300 for the Avengers sketch, and
Wow.
it's cool. It looks like maybe somewhere that it wouldn't be their headquarters. I never explain where they're at, but I guess it's assumed that it's like Dr. Greg's house. But the actors are more comfortable, especially when you have like 12 people there and then some crew. If you're all crammed up in this little space, it can, with the lights and everything. But you give people a house, they're like, oh, they can
party.
cook. It's cool,
It's
yeah.
party, baby.
And I think a lot of people on Airbnb, they'd rather that you have some people
Special.
over in the sketch versus like hookers and blow or whatever, Some
Right.
people will come at
Gee.
you though, and they'll say, "Oh, if you're filming, I'll need an extra 500 though." And
Oh,
to
with
which-
dicks.
Oh, it happens all the time.
I needed a. I asked a
Well,
bunch of homeless
like-
guys once to be in a sketch. I needed like a part to have like a homeless guy, and I was like, "Hey, can I? Would you mind being in the sketch and saying a line? I'll give you $10." This is a homeless
Is
guy.
it
He goes, "Well,
non-union because I'm SAG, so I can't
Yeah,
act in it.
basically." He said, "You got to give me more if you want me to be on camera." I said, "You know what? No, I'll get somebody else, but only in Hollywood." You know,
Yeah.
you want to give a
Somewhere
homeless
his
guy
pile
money
of
to say
garbage
what?
just got a headshot and resume and says, "Call me when you want to get serious."
Call me
Yeah.
when you want to get serious. Call me when you stop. When you want to play. When you want to play hardball. So check out Ryan on YouTube at Ryan Manuel, and on Twitter as well at HotPants64. Oh, wait, no, that's mine. I'm trying to do this as well.
HymanBuster12 at yahoo.com.
Yeah, well, clearly already following that one. What's next for you, man? Are you just going to be wrapping that up and that's going into post soon? Or...
Yeah, that's definitely it's been in
Scheiße.
post. Now we're doing the special effects and doing the final like music and everything. I have a couple of ideas. I sort of wanted to do a Dr. Greg with Resident Evil characters.
Nice.
But nothing's quite speaking to me like it's the seeds
Umbrella.
of an idea. There's a couple of jokes, but not enough to make a sketch yet. And then I've always kind of wanted to do something with dance. So I was thinking, I have this screenplay called Go-Go-Tron, and it's like Magic Mike meets Pacific Rim. So it's about a bunch of Yeah, it's weird.
I see where you're going with that. I like your
A
style.
male strip club on a ship during the apocalypse?
That's about it. It's more that the way we pilot the
Salacious.
robots is by acting endorphins, and these endorphins can only be released through dancing. So the aliens that take
Oh.
over kill all the dancers, except they forgot about a strip club on the moon.
Oh my
The
God, that's
government lifts
genius.
the age of these
To
strippers
save the
who are all
day.
like my age. They're in their 30s. They're kind of like done. I think
Right.
that's the deal. They
They
like
gave
close
up.
up. They gotta get their funk on one last time to save humanity.
Right.
Right.
So a bit of that like Real Steel vibe where it's like controlling the robot, you know. But yeah, so I'd like to shoot a trailer for that, and but it's going to be tough to get dancers and then the special effect. Like yeah, like it's not a webisode where it's two people in an apartment, you know, telling dick jokes. It's like, you know, kind of high concept as far as like, okay, what are we gonna do for the giant robot? Like
Right.
Yeah, right.
It's very
I'm
complex.
hoping for a Mighty
My
Morphin
dog has a costume on.
Very in
Yeah.
depth.
That's great, man.
Is that- like making it kind of crappy so it's funny, but then not completely amateurish, you know, somewhere
Right.
in between.
Right, you got some cred to it. It looks
Yeah, so-
professional.
I guess I always have ideas swirling. It's just a matter of what starts to feel right, what starts to come together. It never seems to go all that well when I force it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, you can't rush it.
It's like sex. I mean, film.
And dinner.
Starving.
No, it is. When you,
Oh, no.
what's funny when you it never works out. You know, you kind of just have to wait for the lightning to strike.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel about it.
That makes perfect sense. You want to. Timing is everything, you know, and you don't want
Cannot
to force
force inspiration.
it. And when you force it, it's like a sweatier process, kind of. You know what I mean? Like it's sweatier. It's a stupid analogy, but you know what I mean. It takes more out of you.
Sloppier.
It feels like work to where
You don't
it should be
enjoy
fun.
But I
Right.
guess, you know, if we're writing for a sitcom
Right.
or something, that's exactly how it would be. All right, be funny.
Oh shit!
And
Yeah.
it's on, you know?
Go 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 go! Right.
Right.
Yeah. And you have to force it out of you. And
No wonder
come up
Larry
with-
David went mad.
Right.
Hey, at
You
least
could-
they did improv.
At least.
You know,
I want to
true.
say follow Ryan on Twitter at ThugLove2014, and please check him out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Follow all the video links. And dude, just want to thank you so much again for being on the show. You
Hey,
do
thanks for having me.
you do so much. You're great. You're
Yeah,
just,
man. Always welcome.
Yeah, always welcome.
Please stop by
Actually,
anytime.
yeah. Hopefully, I don't know what the next one is going to be, but yeah, it'd be exciting to holler at you guys, you know?
Please,
Yeah,
anytime.
man.
Cool.
Even if you just want to plug what you had for breakfast, like please come on the show.
Yeah.
You're a great dude, man. Thank you so much for being on, and you know, everybody, make sure you check him out on Twitter at ThugLove2014 and on YouTube as well. Ryan,
Thanks, fellas.
you are the man. Thank you so much, sir.
Cool. Have a good night, you guys.
You too, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Peace out.
Peace. Ryan Manuel, everybody. That was good. Great episode.
You know what? I remember him now, and I remember his first appearance, and he was just really easy to, you know, to banter with, to
Great.
toss the old football, the
To
old pigskin back.
spitball ideas back and forth is quite fruitful.
Wouldn't it be funny to do the uncanny whatever with like dead 1980s pro wrestlers?
Right. Dr. Uncandy's interventions with
Yes.
Texas Tornado, and he's just screaming at you with a hole in his head. Oh.
Grabbing you by the head. You're not gonna shrink me, I'll shrink you.
Sweating on your balls. I mean, hitting you in the head.
Yeah. What?
I think we can put tonight in the W column. What do you boys think?
Slash.
So,
Slicing. John, I want to wish you a very happy
yes.
bachelor party this weekend, man. I'm sorry I can't be there, but you're going to have
Boys.
best
Some
time
matrimony.
ever.
Thank you, boys. It's going to be a lot of fun. The day is Saturday, and the plan is to just hang out in my brother's backyard and on his deck. And there'll be about like 10 of us and drink and play like wiffle ball and cornhole and horseshoes and just, you know,
Bachi.
act like 10-year-olds.
It's great. That's like the best day. Yeah. Bocce ball. It's an old reference.
Run the bases. Kick the can.
Whisper down the name. That's
And,
gay, actually. No.
Before we go, I just wanted to give a rundown.
Yes,
Currently,
I'm sorry,
right
please.
now, Cleveland Cavaliers are leading the Golden State Warriors 68-87.
Wow.
They've been leading by basically around 20 the entire game when they opened up 9-0.
That's a blowout.
So there's 20 seconds left in the third quarter. 87-68 Cavs. And in baseball, just to run down the leaders in each division, the Phillies 7 games behind the Washington Nationals in the NL East, the Cubs in the Central, and the Giants in the West. And the Orioles, Indians, and Rangers lead in the fake league. And that is Sports with John.
Sports with John. I like the new segment. We can start doing that. It doesn't need to sound like Sports with John. I mean, you're reading scores and keeping people up to date of what's going on in the world. I don't know why I need to announce it like that, but I feel like I do.
It's good to glance at the standings every day, because then you'll know.
I love it.
That's all it takes. It's so easy.
I do it every day. I do that every day, and I also shave my toes. I mean, brush my teeth.
Oh.
What? You know, I'm going to leave you with this before we go. I woke up, I was at a party one time, and I got really drunk, and I woke up, and my toes were shaved and painted.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to leave it at that. Don't know what happened.
What color?
Purple.
Oh, perfect. You know, that's never happened to me.
Yep.
Never passed out and gotten, graffitied.
It was weird.
Oh, happens to the best of us, though.
No, it was just me and one other person in the house. It was a girl. So I either did it myself or they did it, which I think I did it myself. I'm going to leave it at that. Tweet us! Tweet us at @the_podcastle on Twitter. Follow us on Snapchat at nerd.35. And all the episodes can be downloaded for free on iTunes and Podbean at thepodcastle.podbean.com. Please remember to follow us on and like us on Facebook, because you're not doing that, and we're going to find out where you park your car. See ya, humba, Kukinini Quinquos, with Lord of the Matter Michael Biscardi, Duke Ochman Fagellan John Hassinger, and sex change to be Matthew Clark. Thank you so much for being on the show, Ryan Manuel. John, wish you a very happy weekend.
A lot of Bachelor Weekend access on Snapchat at nerd.35. I'll be documenting the whole thing. Probably not, but I'm going to try.
Please try at least a little bit, because I'm going to be following that religiously. We can slice it. We'll see you next week. Matthew Clark, Michael Biscardi, Jonathan Hassinger saying good night, everybody.
See ya.
Godspeed.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.